I mean, all money ain't good money. Talk about a good line. Okay, meanwhile, the standoff with Micah Parsons continues as the wait and see what happens with the star pass rusher who's requested a trade almost 2 weeks ago. Mad Dog, I'll begin with you. How confident are you that Micah will be playing week 1 against Philly?
I'd be shocked if he isn't. He's not going to give up $1.2 million because that's what he'll lose with the paycheck. Jerry's not that stupid where he would compromise the ability of his team. He got CeeDee Lamb signed late last year, don't forget. So I would really be, if he is not, now listen, I don't know, it might be 4 days beforehand, but 3 weeks from tonight, I think it's 3 weeks from, 3 weeks from tomorrow, with Dallas at Philly on NBC at 8:15, I'll be floored. Well, he may not start because who knows how much practice time he's going to get, but he'll play 20 plays in that first game of the year. Jerry's not that stupid. He'll play in the game.
I think it's a very different situation than what we've dealt with Dak and CD and even Ezekiel Elliott and Zach Martin before him. Jerry's never had a player make a trade request. Jerry's never sparred publicly with a player. I don't get the sense Jerry Jones loves Micah Parsons. I also get the sense Jerry Jones likes to win the war. And in this case, I feel it's already lost as far as negotiations go. Could have already happened. I would not be shocked if we woke up a week from now, 2 weeks from now, and there's another Herschel Walker trade being discussed. And suddenly Jerry's making a huge splash. Whether he's making a mistake or not, I am not as confident. I mean, last year, yes, Dak was coming. And yes, CeeDee Lamb was coming. And of course, Ezekiel Elliott was going to figure it out. This one feels different. And Stephen A., you know, this one isn't as smooth as those other ones. And for me, Jerry, as we're talking about Denzel and Spike Lee coming out with a movie, my algorithm is filled with Jerry on the red carpet talking about his movie. This to me is Jerry Jones, 80 years old. I'm not losing this fight to this kid, and I'm not losing it to an agent who he has not even had conversations with.
That's just disconcerting. I agree with that.
Stephen A.?
It's very concerning, and Jerry's wrong. Jerry's wrong because Jerry hangs his hat on being an astute businessman with a Dallas Cowboy franchise that has increased in terms of its value by over $9.4 billion since they won the Super Bowl in 1995, 1996. And Jerry's got his money, and to sit down and to talk with a player without his representation and act like that's an agreement, that's a deal, is the egregious part. I don't know why the NFL Players Association aren't speaking up and investigating this more. I don't know why the league isn't looking at Jerry and having a conversation with him and saying, why are you saying that you had an agreement when you never talked to the agent? How do you do that? That's not right. And so for me, that's the bigger story in all of this. I'm of the mindset, I not only applaud Micah Parsons asking for a trade, I hope he means it. And I think that and I'm at a point where I got serious questions as to whether or not he should ever want to play for the Dallas Cowboys again. Because if Jerry is going to be this hardcore with him without talking to his representation, that's an alarming thing. If you and the agent can't reach an agreement, that's business. This is not business. This is bully ball. You are taking advantage of him. We are grown-ass men. None of us are in our 20s, okay? The fact is that we can't go. We'd be hard-pressed to go to ESPN or anybody else that we're working for on our own without representation to negotiate a deal. A matter of fact, every organization I know would ask, where's your representation? So how in God's name is Jerry walking around acting like there's some agreement that was in place just because you spoke to Micah Parsons privately, who was 25 years old at the time? I think he's 26 now, okay? And he's sacking quarterbacks for you, and you acting like y'all were literally at the negotiating table. Jerry knows better. You're taking advantage because you can. And when you do something like that, that adds to the vitriol and the cynicism that players throw in the direction of team executives and, dare we say, team owners who take advantage of them. This is a classic example of it. Micah Parsons is represented by one of the best agents in football, and David Mulugata. He's one of the best in the business. You know this better than me, Peter. What possible excuse could you have for not talking to him unless you're looking to take flagrant advantage?
I can give you an excuse. I just saw Adam Schefter tweeting that the Dallas Cowboys are now worth $12.8 billion, the most valuable NFL franchise. So what did he just talk about? He talked about the sizzle, the controversy. I mean, this is keeping them relevant. Full disclosure, I mean, the past 2 weeks of First Take, not today, we've been starting our show off with this. You know, it's been the biggest story.
And I will tell you, Molly,
well,
Jerry's nonplussed by all that. He likes this. Jerry has been at Lucky's in Montecito out there in Santa Barbara holding court. He's been at the Nobu in Malibu holding court. They're out in Oxnard getting their tails whipped up and down by the Rams, but Jerry's not worried about. Jerry was excited about the Netflix premiere.
But
Jerry's excited about this. And I'll tell you, I think Jerry actually leans into this a little bit and is fine with us talking about it, thinking, all right.
Of course I would know. I mean, I have a relationship with the man. I know him. I got a lot of love for him. I just don't respect what he's doing here with Micah Parsons. And when you see Denzel Washington, in my opinion, the greatest actor in history, when you see him come on First Take and he's getting into the Cowboys and he's talking about, you wouldn't know anything about it. You wouldn't know anything about it, Jerry. He's a diehard Cowboys fan. He's disgusted with what he's seen. And what did he say? He said that he's not thinking about the fans. He's thinking about himself. At some point in time, that has to matter. At some point in time, the legacy that we think about with Jerry Jones, who does so much for so many people. You know, I see so many players. I walked into the Dallas Cowboys facility last year, Doggy. You got former players. You got brothers all over the place employed by this man. Jerry Jones takes care of people.
Yes, he does.
He's a good man, except for when it comes to negotiations and his stubbornness. Just because you want to win in terms of how this looks, it's uncalled for. It's unnecessary. And I'm going to say this. It's beneath him. He's better than this. And if I saw him, when I see him, I'm going to tell him, you better than this, Jerry. It's wrong what he's doing because you're circumventing his representation. You have no right to do that to any player, but especially somebody the likes of Micah Parsons with what he means to the Dallas Cowboys. He deserves more respect than that. He really does.
Steve, they haven't won 5 Super Bowls with Micah Parsons. Let's take it easy a little bit.
That's not the point.
Yes, it is. You just
That's
said what he's meant to the Dallas Cowboys.
No, it
it's
isn't.
not Bob Lilly, okay? Bob Lilly is a guy that was on that team for 18 years. They won championships. He's one of the greatest defensive linemen in the history of the National Football League. Parsons has been a defensive end / linebacker for that team. And in the playoffs, that team can't stop anybody, which he has been a part of. Green Bay ran all over him. Garoppolo ran all over him. San Francisco and
All right.
the Purdy ran all over him in the second round a couple years ago. Listen, I love him too. He's a great player. But let's not put him in the Lawrence Taylor category where he defines a team because he's not on that level yet.
That's you changing the narrative. That's you changing the narrative, which is why Mad Dog Radio, right? Which is why Mad Dog Radio is going to be must listen to because they don't get to just listen to your drivel for 3 hours. They get to listen to me lead into you, and then after that re-air after you get off the air. And sometimes I'm going to come on live just to address the nonsense and the drivel that comes out of your mouth because of nonsense like this. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen right now. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. You talk about you want to bring up your stats and all of this other stuff. I got something for you. July 15, 2015, you had an issue with Des Bryant before he signed at the last minute. September 4th, 2019, same issue with Ezekiel Elliott. The same situation with right guard Zach Martin, August 14th, 2023. CeeDee Lamb didn't sign until August 26th of last year. Okay, and we know what that was about. And then you got Dak Prescott, September 8th, 2024. This is the kind of stuff that he does. Yes, it's entertaining. Yes, it gets him headlines. Yes, it brings him the attention that it needs. But they ain't winning. He ain't won in 30 years. You are in no position to sit up there and talk about Micah Parsons when Jerry Jones has a residue of garbage following him over the last 30 years because of how flagrant underachievers the Dallas Cowboys have been. You are in no position to talk about a player the
Just came
caliber
to school
of Mike
you.
Parsons when he is playing
with
for an
dates.
owner with
He
that
came
kind of
with
track record?
receipts.
You don't get to do it.
Stephen A. came with all of it from his executive seat.
I don't disagree with some of the comments on Jerry Jones with the agent and everything else. Steve said what Micah Parsons has meant to the Cowboys. He's not Troy Aikman, okay? Take it easy. He is not. You got him on this level. Where are the rings,
You
Steve?
just finished telling us at the
Where are
beginning
the
of the
rings?
show. You just finished telling us at the beginning. You just finished telling us at the beginning of the show that the rings ain't everything. You just finished talking. You started off the show saying that. So now all of a sudden, when I brought up the Cleveland Browns and they ain't won in 60 years, you didn't care. You
Yeah,
said,
you
"Oh,
liked
they're
it 'cause
still a
of Jim
bright
Brown.
franchise."
You liked it 'cause of
What are
Jim
you
Brown
talking
when
about?
the price of
60
gas
years.
was
You didn't
31
care-
cents
you
a
cared
gallon.
about- You didn't care about the
I'm on
title
Stephen
then,
A's
but
team
now
right now.
you want to care about the title. Now you want to care about the title. Nonsense,
did you
as
hear
you would say.
Denzel?
I'm
Nonsense.
with Bob Lilly
Shut
and
your
Danny
trap.
White. Let's go.
you
Randy
go.
White.
You heard Denzel. All
Mega,
money
stop
isn't
when
good
the
money.
season's on the line, Steve. Okay? Anchor a defense and stop somebody.
Who's yelling back there? You can come out if you want.
Is it because of him? Is it
Who
because
is
of
that?
him or what
He's
Jerry
pulling it.
Jones and
I don't
Stephen
know if
Jones
you have
are
a
doing?
microphone on.
Oh, you
I
guys
have a stick
you
mic
again?
for you. Come here.
You again?
You heard what Denzel said. All money's not good money.
I will have to say, Stephen A., get him. You got him right there. You receded in the
the doggy.
death. The doggy was sitting there going,
That's right.
Bob Lilly.
That's right. That's right.
I love it.
Hey, he got you right there.
No, he didn't.
Stephen
No, he
A.,
didn't.
Stephen A., you won that one.
Nonsense.
You won that one. You
Nonsense.
Not Everson
You
Walls.
are having
I like that one.
you are having a rough show.
He is wrong.
Do you have a good what are you mad about?
I hope
You better.
I'll be back
more
for
than
that.
right.
Yourself. Because
I'm
Stephen
more
A.
than
just
right.
took that one. All right, guys, let me go to commercial break real quick. Coming up, will we see a tight race for the AFC North or Lamar Jackson and the Ravens primed to run away with the division? America's favorite segment is on the way. Mad Dog has a major gripe, really shocking, with both the Mets and the Yankees that you don't want to miss.
Parents that I coached with, we really